So on our backs, all the way down the floor. And you stretch the legs out, drop the arms down by the side. And just take a big inhale and a big exhale. Really pull the shoulder blades into the yoga mat. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. One more here, big inhale. Big exhale. And then drop the arms down by the side. Just walk the feet in, plant the feet to the floor. Position your lower back. So you might want to just lift the hips up, tuck the tailbone under, and then settle the lower back to the floor again so that more of the back is in contact with the ground. It'll feel like you've got this little tilt under of the tailbone. You're going to pull the shoulders back down into the yoga mat. Keep tucking the tailbone under, pulling the abdominals in, and slowly letting the hips roll up off the floor. So it's a really slow movement, peeling the spine off the floor. So not rushing, not jolting, slowly coming all the way up. One nice, long, smooth movement. Get to the top, drive down into the feet, squeeze the glutes and hold it there. Keep the breath. Pushing down into the heel, into the ball of the foot, into all 10 toes. 2 more breaths. Drive the feet down, lift your hips. And then pulling the waist in, rolling the spine back down to the floor. Navel to spine. Slowly massaging the spine down to the ground. Resting the hips on the floor and then keeping the lower back in contact with the ground. So keeping that pull in through the waist and then go back up, tuck the tailbone more. That tuck is what initiates the movement, and then you can just peel the spine all the way up. So rolling up, and then you're going to hold it at the top for a few breaths, driving down into the feet. Starting to feel that engagement in the backs of the legs and the glutes. If you can't really squeeze the buttocks, try and tuck the tailbone under, and then roll it back down really slow. So don't let the spine drop. Control that roll down. We've got one more, then we're going to change the exercise. So slowly let your hips come down to the floor. Rest your hips at the bottom. And then tuck the tailbone, roll back up. Drive down into your feet. Pull the waist in. Peel the spine off the floor. Lifting all the way up. Drive down into the feet. Pull your shoulders back down. So that's going to help the chest feel a bit more open. Push into the hands. Push into the backs of the arms. Lift your hips 1 more inch. And then roll it down. Really slowly. Rolling the spine down to the floor. Pull the navel in. And then you're going to settle with the back flat. So keep the lower back pushing into the floor. So keep contact with the lower back and the ground. Lift the feet off the floor so the shins are parallel. Bring your hands to the back of the head. Lift the head, neck, shoulders, and pull the waist in. So you can look to your belly and pull in. If it feels tense in the neck, let the weight of the head relax into the hands. Take your right toes to tap the floor. And then bring your right knee back in. Move really slow. Extend the right leg. Lower the right leg down. Just go as far as you can. Bring it back up. Bend the right knee. Tap the right toes to the floor. Bring the right knee back in. Straighten the right leg. Lower down to your limit, that's all. So don't let the lower back move around too much. Bring the leg back up. Bend the knee. Tap the floor. This is your third one. We've got 2 more. Straighten the right leg. Lengthen. Lift it back up. Bend the knee. Last 2. So if it feels like a strain on the lower back, when the leg's straight, don't go so far. Just move about a foot or so. Bring it back. You'll still feel it. Last one. So it's a bent knee, toe tap, straight leg, lower. And then place both feet down. Arms down by the side, relax the head back, tuck the tailbone, roll the hips back up to the sky. So we'll hold it here in between. 5 breaths, drive down into the feet, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the glutes. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips higher. Inhale. Push the feet down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pull navel to spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last breath here. And then we're rolling it down. Pulling the waist in. Massaging the spine down to the floor. Really slow and controlled. Let the hips rest to the ground. Keep the lower back in contact. So when I say that, don't let the back arch. I want you to keep the lower back pulling down. Bring the feet off the floor so the shins are parallel. Take the hands to the back of the head. Lift the head, neck, shoulders. Left toes tap the floor. Come back in. Left leg straightens. Lower. Lift back. Bend the knee. Tap the floor. Bring it in. Straighten the leg and lower. It doesn't have to be all the way down. You can just take it to where you're comfortable taking it. You'll feel it even if you just went 3 inches and came back. So you decide. You've got 2 more. The last one. When you've finished, rest the head, neck, shoulders down. Bring the knees into the chest. Give a gentle rock from side to side. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Now, if you have a band, slide it around your thighs. So bring it down the legs, over the knees. If you don't have a band, same exercises apply. Drop the feet down to the floor, arms down by the side. So again, find that tuck under of the tailbone where your lower back is pulling down. I'm going to start pushing the arms into the floor, rolling the hips all the way up. So again, that's a slow movement, rolling up. And when you get to the top, if you don't have a band, wriggle the feet together, and you're going to close the knees, open the knees, close, open. If you have a band, you can keep the feet hip width apart because you've got more resistance pushing the knees out and in, out and in, whilst keeping the height through the hips. So as you move the knees out and in, try not to let the hips get any lower than they were at the start of the exercise. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Roll the spine down to the floor. Once the hips come to the floor, lift the feet. Hold the shins parallel to the floor. Reach the arms up to the sky. Hands face down to the knees. Take the left arm back overhead and just hold it off the ground. So head is still relaxed down. You're just holding that arm. So should feel some anterior work through the front of the abdominal. So feel to the belly, should feel, particularly on that left-hand side, it kind of holding on. And then bring the left arm back. Take the right arm back. Hold it just off the floor. Imagine you're carrying a weight in that right hand. And bring it back. Once more each side to the left. Bring it back in. To the right. And bring it back in. Now take both arms overhead. Just hold them off the ground. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest both feet down. Bring the arms down by the side. Lift your hips back up to the sky. Now again, if you don't have a band, wriggle your feet so they're touching and your knees go out and in. If you do have a band, they can stay hip width, knees go out, and then back to parallel, out, and back to parallel. Keep the height for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll the spine back down to the floor. Lift the feet off the ground so the shins are parallel. Take your hands to the back of the head. Just lift the head, neck, shoulders off the floor. Now with this one, just be careful of how much pressure there is in the lower back or how much the lower back wants to lift. Knees are together, ankles are together, so it doesn't matter if you have that band on. It shouldn't be giving you any resistance. You're going to keep the knees bent. See if you can take the toes to the floor or towards, they don't have to touch. Bring them back in. Slowly lower the feet down. Keep squeezing the knees. Bring it back in. If it's too much to go all the way, just go halfway down. Squeeze the knees, bring it back in. Going for 3. Bring it back. For 2. Bring it back. Last one. Bring it back. Rest the head. Slide the band off the legs if you have it there. Take the band out to the side. Both legs are up to the sky. Last exercise here before we turn over. Reach the arms to the bottom of the yoga mat. And as you pull the arms to the bottom of the yoga mat, let the head and neck and shoulders lift off the floor. So I'm trying to straighten my legs. It doesn't matter if they are a little bit bent. Take the right leg down, hold it off the floor. Bring it back up. Take the left leg down, hold it off the floor. Stretch the toes away as you go. Lift back up. For 6. Really reach. And lift back. You'll notice the difference if you really try and stretch the toes away. 5. Lift. 4. Lift. 3. Lift. 2. Lift. Last one. Lift. Relax the head down, bring the knees into the chest. Look to the left and the right, so just release off through the neck. Take a big breath in and a big sigh out. Cross your legs. Rock up to a seat, so use a little bit of momentum. With the legs crossed, just take your right hand out to the side, reach the left arm up to the sky and take a side stretch. Just open that left side of the body, reaching your left fingertips as far over to the right side of the room as you can. And then to the other side, left hand down, right arm up and over. Big stretch. And then back. Come over to all fours, hands and knees. Once you get there, have a bit of a move around through cat-cow. Should be quite a nice stretch through the abdominals after that work. Going to go for 3 more. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Okay, some work into the glutes. Depending on how strong your band is, if your band's quite loose, you might be able to bring it over the thighs, or if you're feeling like Superwoman and you would like a bit more work, then be my guest. It's going to go over your thighs. You'll still feel it without the band, FYI. So don't worry if your band is too tight or you haven't got one. So we're on hands and knees. Pull the navel into the spine. So you're not dropping in the lower back. I want you to feel that zip up through the lower abdominals. And almost imagine I've placed my hand in the middle of your back and you're kind of pushing up against my hand. So rather than letting the spine drop, there's this inward connection. Now reach the right toes back, point the toes to the floor. Lift that right leg till it's parallel to the ground. Lower it back down. Lift the right leg. Lower it back down. Keep the waist pulling in. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. I would look either to the left knee or to the mat beneath the stomach. Just puts a slightly nicer, longer position into the back of the neck. So slowly lift up, stretching those right toes back. Slowly lower. Slowly lift. Slowly lower. 5. Lower. 4. Lower. 3. Lower. 2. Lower. Last one. Lower. Bend the right knee, so it's next to the left knee, but have it off the ground. So I'm just going to come this way so you can see. So it's not touching the floor. I'm going to take that right knee out to the side and then lower it back down. Take that right knee out to the side and then lower it back down. Keep going. I'm just going to take my band off because I feel like it gives some noise. So just take that knee out and lower it back down. Out to the side and lower it down. Try and keep quite still through the left side of the body. So see if you can keep your left hip and your left shoulder nice and still. 5. 4. Keep going. 3. 2. 1. Kick the right leg back. So now the toes are pulling back to the face and the right heel is kicking away. Really pull the navel in. So just be sure you're not dropping through the lower body, through the lower back. Small lift with that right heel, small lower. Small lift, small lower. Stretching the right heel as you do so. So trying to kick that right heel away. Just a tiny movement, a couple of inches and lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Keep both hands down. We usually do this with one hand, but we're going to keep both down. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, round the spine. Pull that right knee into the chest. Inhale, kick the right heel away, look forwards. Exhale, round and pull in. Kick back and pull in. Kick back and pull in. 3 more. Pull in. 2 more. Pull in. Last one. Pull in. Place the right knee down. Tuck the toes, stretch back into downward facing dog and just enjoy the stretch through the backs of both legs. Relax the head. Lengthen through the sides of the waist. Give the hips a gentle sway from side to side. And then walk your hands and your feet together so you're in a forward fold. If you have a ball, you can place the ball between the ankles. If you don't have a ball, step your feet together so the inner ankles and the toes push towards one another. Body's folding forwards. Push the feet down into the ground. Pull the waist in. Curl up through the spine. Slowly rolling up. Pull the waist in from the front, from the sides. And then stack the spine tall. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, take the hands down by the side, chin to chest, pull the waist in, roll the body down. Really slowly, pushing the feet into the floor, either squeezing the ankles together or squeezing into that ball. One more up and one more down. So push to the feet, pull in through the waist, curl up through the spine. Same curl up and down as when you're on the back. There's no hinging or jolting. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, let the arms come down by the side. Chin into chest. Roll the spine down. Push into the feet. Squeeze either into the ball or squeeze the ankles together. Okay, and then at the bottom, take that ball out to the side. If you have one between the ankles, walk the hands out and come back down to all fours. Ready to go on the other side. So hands and knees, left leg extends back. So it's the toenail, if you will, that's going to tap the top of the floor. Pull in your lower abdominals. Lift that left leg till it's parallel to the ground. Lower back down. Lift the left leg. Lower back down. I would gaze to the right knee. It just stops you from kinking into the back of the neck. And there's like this symmetry between the sacrum, the lower back, and the neck. So if your chin is tucked into your chest and your neck is nice and long, it sets the sacrum in a nicer position. There's more length there as well. In comparison, if you were to look forwards now and crease the back of the neck, it creases into the sacrum in the lower back area. 5. Lower, pull the navel in, push down into the hands. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Bring the left knee next to the right knee, but it's just off the floor. Take the left knee out to the side and bring it back down, keeping that right side of the body still. And what I didn't say, sorry, on the other side, is I want you to let that left knee go out, but don't let it go forwards or back. So it's tracking out to the side in a straight line from the right knee, if that makes sense. So none of this, not forwards or back. It's going directly out to the side and directly back in. 5. Quite a challenge through the core on this one. 4. 3. 2. 1. Hold it there and kick the left leg back. So kick with the heel this time, pull the waist in, little lift and lower. Lift and lower. Pushing into the back of the shoulders. So imagine I've just placed my hand in between your shoulder blades and you're just going to push your back up into that hand. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Inhale here. Exhale, pull the knee to the chest. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, pull the knee in. As you kick, I want you to kick back with the heels. So really imagine you're trying to strike to the back wall. Pull in. Kick away. Pull in. 4, 2. Pull in. 4, 1. Pull in. Place the left knee down. Tuck the toes. Stretch back into downward facing dog. Relax the head. Nod yes. Shake no. Walk the hands to the feet. Back into that forward fold. Once more, if you have a ball, bring it between the ankles. Squeeze that ball, and if you don't, squeeze the big toe knuckles and squeeze the ankles together.
Push the feet down, roll the spine up by pulling in through the waist, curling up through the spine. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring the arms back down by the side, chin to chest, roll the spine down. Taking your time. One more up and one more down. Push into the feet, squeeze through the inner ankles. Roll all the way up. And bring the arms down. By the side, chin to chest, roll to the floor. If you had a ball, take it out to the side. Walk your hands out, plank position. So just stretch yourself into a long plank. We'll just hold that for a moment, pull the waist in. Staying in this plank, just holding that there, or if you like, lifting the right foot off the floor and then lowering the right foot down. Lifting the left foot and then lowering down. Once more each side, or you're just holding that plank. Rest the knees and come and lie down on your right hand side. All the way down. Right arm out. Both legs stretch away. Rest your head on the right arm. So don't be holding or straining through the neck. Relax the weight of the head. Your left hand can be just in front of you. It takes a bit of the body weight, takes some support. Now just notice this top hip isn't rolling around too much. Try and fix that top hip still. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Lift both legs off the floor, squeezing the inner thighs as you do so. We're working the top hip. Lower down. Lift both legs, squeezing the inner thighs. Lower down. 3 more. If you like, close the eyes. It's a bit easier to relax through the head and the neck. 2. 1. Hold this one up. Keep the right leg where it is. Can you lift the left leg higher? Lower it back down to meet the right. Lift the left leg higher. Lower it back down. 4, 3. Keep that right leg lifted. 2. Last one. And relax. Bend both knees. So bring the shins so they run parallel to the front of the mat. And then that left hand again can come in front for support. Straighten the left leg. So just kick it away from you on a diagonal line. Point the left toes. Lift that left leg up. You're going to draw an arch or a rainbow to the back of your mat. Lower the left leg. Lift the left leg. Think about a rainbow shape, semicircle and arch. Bring it forwards. Lift up. Take it back. Maybe close the eyes, lift up. Bring it forwards. So it should be working, or maybe you should feel it around the hip, but also into the waist. 4. Bring it forwards really slow. 3. Take it up and back. 2. All the way forwards for 1. If you aren't forwards now, just bring that foot forwards to meet us. Pull the toes back to the face. Now you're going to keep that left leg straight. Just drive it back behind you. Keep it high, feeling that into the hip. Bring it forwards. Keep the height. That's the challenge. Take the left leg back. Driving with that heel. Bring the left leg forwards. Relax the left shoulder. Relax the head and the neck. Take it back. And bring it forwards. Just one more, take it back. And bring it forwards. Rest the left knee on top of the right knee. Reach your right arm out to the right side of the room and lie the left arm back. So there's a twist through the spine. Breathe in here. Breathe out one. Breathe in. Breathe out two. I take back my smug comment about the weather because I think that's the rain I can hear. It sounds like it's pretty gross. Opening the chest back. Try and pull that left shoulder blade to the floor. And then just shift yourself so you're lying on your back. Arms down by the side. Lift both feet off the floor so the shins are parallel. And then heels stay together, toes turn out so the knees are going to come out. So I have this kind of frog shape between my legs. Lift to the back of the head, support the weights of the neck and the head. Pull the knees to the elbows and then straighten the legs away and connect all the way down through the thighs. At no point do the ankles come apart. Knees to the elbows. Sorry, at no point do the heels come apart, not the ankles. Stretch the legs away, push the heels together. Knees to elbows. Push and extend, squeeze the inner thighs. Knee to elbow. Kick away, extend. Knees to elbows. Kick away, extend, hold it there. Point both toes, so now you don't have to worry about the heels being together. And just flutter the legs. So a little lift up and down. Now you can stay here, pointing the toes, or you start to go a little lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees into the chest. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. Another one there. Breathe in. And breathe out. Roll over onto your right hand side. I'm just going to shift so I can see the camera, see the phone. Stretch that left arm out. I've actually ordered a different camera so that it's a wider angle and it doesn't chop my head off when I'm stood upright, which will be better because then I'll be able to have my phone here so I can see you closer at the same time. So both legs are together. Relax your head into that left arm. I find it better if I close my eyes. Use your right hand to support you, so it's just in front of the body. You're going to lift both legs, lifting with that right hip. Lower down. My goodness, I'm surprised you can't hear the rain. Lift both feet. And lower. Squeeze the inner thighs as you lift. And lower. Just two more. Lift. And lower. You're lifting and holding on this one, and that left leg isn't going to go any lower, so keep it there. Lift the right leg. Bring it back down to meet the left. The left is off the floor. Lift the right leg. Bring it down to meet the left. Lift. Bring it down. Lift. Bring it down. One more lift. Bring it down. Relax both legs. Bend both knees so that you have 90 degrees between the belly and the thighs, and then the same at the back of the knees. Now kick that top leg away, point the toes. Arch that leg up and back, but drawing a rainbow. Lift the right leg up and bring it forwards, pointing the toes as you go. So constantly trying to lengthen that right leg. Reach back, lengthen and lift, bring it forwards. Lengthen and lift, take it back. Lengthen and lift, bring it forwards. 5, 4, close the eyes, relax that right shoulder. 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to have to do an extra one because we need to bring that foot forward. Bring it forward. Pull the right toes back to the face. I'm driving that right heel away now. Take the right leg back. Keep it that height. Don't let it go any lower. We've only got 5. Bring it forwards. 4. Keep it that height. Bring it forwards. 3. Forwards. 2. Forwards. Very last one. Forwards. Rest that top leg. Reach your left arm out to the left side of the room. Lie that right arm back. So there's a twist through the spine. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more breath. Exhale. And then just make your way over to all fours. So come up to all fours, hands and knees. Take the knees a bit wider than they would normally be. Inhale, look forwards, open the chest. Exhale, arch and round through the spine and then stretch back into your child's pose. Take a breath here. Exhale. And then inhale, come forwards again, open the chest. Arch and round. So it's like cat-cow, but then we're stretching back into a child's pose. So you can move as slow or as fast as you like. Come forwards, open the chest. Arch and round, slide it back into your child's pose. So it might be more like one continuous movement, then pauses throughout. Or you go nice and slow. You might take an extra couple of breaths in each part of the movement. We're going to stay back in child's pose. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. Push to both hands. Rise up. Step your left foot forwards. Reach both arms up to the sky. So just open through that right hip. Lift the arms up. Nice long stretch. So just moving into that right thigh. Take your left hand, your left forearm to the left thigh. Reach that right arm over to the left side of the root. So you get a side stretch through the right and a stretch through the front of the hip. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Lift back up. Take both hands down to the floor. Just switch the legs over. So step your left knee back. Bring your right foot forwards. Reach the arms up to the sky. And move into that left hip. Opening through the chest. Driving that left hip forwards. Driving rather than dropping. So make sure you're aware and you're pushing into that hip, not just throwing the hip forwards. Right arm rests onto the right thigh. Left arm comes up and over. Big stretch through the side of the body. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Come back to center. Both hands down. Take the right knee back, tuck the toes, stretch into your downward facing dog, and then walk the feet to the hands. Bend in the knees really deep so you're able to rest the belly on the thighs. Hold on to the backs of the ankles. Just pull yourself into a forward fold. So can you pull the body down? Lift the hips up as you pull, really lengthen all the way through the back, and then roll up to standing. Let the arms be heavy as you roll up. You can leave the arms hanging down by the side. Pushing into the feet. Reaching the fingertips down to the floor. Just close the eyes for a moment, standing here. Push down, lift up through the crown of the head. Pull the shoulders back. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Hands to prayer heart center. Bow your chin into the chest. Just thank yourself for making time to come and practice and putting in lots of effort. Have a wonderful Friday. Have a great weekend.